Hello friends, this is DMC and this is my quick review of Starbucks Pike Place Roast. And just like to say a thank you to Liam, who let me know that this was on offer in B&M for £2, and they've got quite a few of the different Starbucks coffees in there at the moment, so well worth a visit to B&M if you can get there. Because I haven't seen these any cheaper anywhere else, and in fact I haven't seen this Pike Place roast in any of the supermarkets. So I picked up a couple of bags of the blonde espresso beans, which they had as well, which was ground coffee, and this one was whole beans, which I was pleasantly surprised at. So let's take a look at the pack. It says medium roast, smooth with chocolate notes, whole bean 100% Arabica coffee, and since 71, which is a reference to the coffee shop in Seattle, I think, which was the first Starbucks coffee shop. So there at the bottom, more information from Starbucks. Not much on the back of the pack. Just grind beans for your brewing method, use cold filtered water, and yeah, it's just telling you how to make your coffee. So most of the information is going to be on the side of the pack here. So here we go. Here is the story of Pike Place, from our first store in Seattle's Pike Place market to our coffee houses around the world. Customers requested a freshly brewed coffee they could enjoy throughout the day. A smooth, well-rounded blend of Latin American coffees with subtle, rich flavours of chocolate and toasted nuts. It's served fresh every day at a Starbucks store near you. There we go. Committed to 100% ethical coffee sourcing. Conservation International, and the website there. And yeah, they used to put a little redeemable voucher sort of thing on these packs that you could get a free coffee in Starbucks when you took the empty pack in, but they don't do that anymore with these packs. So on the other side it just says medium roast, smooth with chocolate notes, and there we go, medium, balanced, smooth and rich. Best before date if you can find it, which I do believe, yeah, it's the 3rd of December 2019, so not that long to go on this one, say what, 4 months to go, and it was produced on the 9th of March 2019, so they put about 8 months on the best before date on this coffee, which isn't bad for a supermarket coffee. They normally put around about a year or more in some cases. So let's take a look at the beans, and that's a bad start. That one looks very burnt, that one there, a bit bedraggled, but yeah, they're not as oily as the dark roast espresso beans that they do, but they are very dark, quite shiny. There is an oiliness on the surface of the beans, but as I say, not as much as the dark espresso that they do. So the aroma, well, it's just my type of aroma. It's sweet and caramelly, smoky and earthy, and it's rich too, but not quite as smooth as their dark roasts, I would say. But as I say, it's, as I do prefer normally dark roasts, it is sort of my type of aroma, this one. So let's take a quick look at the ground coffee, and it's very dark, and when ground it all kind of melds into one, so it's a bit harder to pick out the individual notes, but it has a more sort of pronounced bite to it, this one, when you grind the coffee. So taste wise, well, the first cup I had was made with a double espresso, and I found it just like a typical Starbucks coffee, but I found it a little less sweet with an almost chemical hint, and it was a bit more harsh than the dark roast espresso beans. The second cup I made with a single espresso, and the first thing that came to mind was it tastes very similar to Cafe Direct's Matcha Picchu. And I went back and had a smell of the ground coffee, and I noticed it has that same strange, almost indescribable hint, very similar to the Matcha Picchu coffee. It's that kind of chocolatey, earthy hint, and if you've tried Matcha Picchu, I think you recognise it too with this coffee. It also mentions a toasted nuts hint, and that's a perfect description of it. It's just not your typical nutty hint and adds to the distinctiveness of this coffee. As I mentioned, this is a slightly less sweet than the dark roasts, so this has a bitterness to it, but nothing overpowering. In fact, it's quite a well balanced coffee. The one thing that stands out is the richness, and overall I quite enjoyed it, and it scores a 3.75 out of 5. If you like their house blend and the Cafe Direct Matcha Picchu, you'll love this, and that's the best description of this interesting and distinct coffee. So I'd really like to hear from anyone who's tried this coffee. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments section below. As I say, I really did like this one, and I know it's quite a popular coffee, so I'd really like to hear people's thoughts on it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more coffee reviews in the future, subscribe to my channel, and also tap that bell button and you'll get notified of when I upload my reviews. That was my quick review. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.